Today, we're going to be talking about how to get the most terpenes out of your grow. But before we do, today's video is brought to you by Real Grow Lab. If you want to connect with the best growers from all over the world, get tips and tricks on how to grow the dankest plants possible, and not have to worry about the censorship we get from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Go check out realgrowlab.com. Get all kinds of great Grow Talk Q&A. Plus, see all the stuff YouTube won't let me show you in these videos. Sign up and join our growing community over at realgrowlab.com. Or download the app at the Apple or Android App Store. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, Hi-C, you ready?
I'm ready, man. This is something I'm excited about because you've gotten me to the point where I'm getting some good bulky plant material.
Sure.
But I could definitely use some help on getting those frosty, trichome-filled, terpene-rich nugs. So let's jump into it.
Come on, man. You know, temperature and humidity, environment. Environment is one of the biggest things that I preach. So right off the bat, temperature and humidity are going to make a huge deal.
Okay, so let's talk about temperature and humidity. Is it just across the board, or does that kind of shift between the different stages of
it does.
Plant life?
You're setting me up with a softball here.
Ah.
If you think about plants in the summer, it's high temperature, high humidity. As they go into fall and they start to flower, the temperatures do lower, and the humidity, for what it's worth, lowers as well. At least in our grow room, that's what we want.
Okay, so we're always trying to mimic what nature does to the plants inside of the grow room to get them to act the way that they would in nature.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's jump into it. Temperature and humidity for veg versus flower. What should I be shooting for?
In veg, mid to high 70s as far as temperature goes, somewhere around in the 60s as far as humidity goes, but much higher humidity.
Okay, and then when you're going to flip to flower and really focus on those terpene and trichome productions, what are you shooting for there?
For me, I go right into the mid to high 60s. That's practical for me, and right around 40% humidity, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit lower, but that's ideal. You can take a look at VPD charts, which is vapor pressure deficit charts, temperature and humidity, how they combine to affect the plant and allow it to respire. That's what we're going for here, is letting the plant breathe. If there's too much humidity in the plant, it can't breathe, and if there's too little humidity, it just can't hold on to its moisture.
Gotcha. And so that's a small decrease in temperature, but a pretty significant decrease in humidity.
Yeah. I mean, you can go higher in temperature during the summer. I mean, of course, it's higher than 75 in most places. You'll get higher growth rates, but other living things also grow faster in that environment too, specifically bugs. So I like to keep it in the middle range there.
Okay, so the 70s is to keep the plant growing, but also to make it unattractive for bugs.
Yeah, that's me. You could go up a little bit higher and just consult a VPD chart. But the idea here is proper temperature and humidity are huge.
Okay, the next one that we want to talk about as far as getting the most terpenes out of your next grow is...
All right, this one's going to be a little controversial, and I got to admit, I'm kind of excited. I was learning from Dr. Bruce Bugbee and Shane from My Grow, and there's always, people will talk about the 48-hour dark period. There's a bro science about that, and what Bugbee, who is a professional and an expert, said is you'll get more terpenes with a 48-hour light period at the end.
Okay, so I've heard the 48-hour
dark period,
and you're saying the opposite.
Yeah, I'm saying, if you put them in the dark, you're shutting down the energy. The terpenes, the trichomes, rather, are there to shield the plant from all that light.
They're like a sunscreen.
Yeah, so if you got 60 days, why not give them, what is that, 1/30th more time?
Well, you turn off the sun, they're going to stop producing the sunscreen.
Exactly.
They stop producing the sunscreen, there goes all your terpene production.
I mean, maybe not all of, yes, your production over the last couple days, although it is slowing down. I got to admit, I thought this was just a fun one to throw in there.
Well, it's worth trying for sure, and it makes sense. It makes more sense to me than the 48 hours of dark. I never understood that one.
Yeah. So in theory, giving your plants 24 hours of light those last couple days, might increase terpene production a little bit. But let me know. Have you tried it? Have you gotten good results? I'd love to know in the comments.
And number 3, let's jump into your number 3 tip for getting massive terpenes out of your next grow.
I'll do a 180, and this one will be the least controversial thing.
Okay.
And that is proper drying and curing. This has been around the 60 has been around for a while. As close to 60 degrees as you can get. It's kind of hard in, you know, a lot of places, but crank your AC down, get it into the mid to low 60s, and then as close as you can get to 60% humidity as well. The idea is we don't want them too dry. Yeah, we're trying to dry them, but slowly to let everything break down in there.
If we stuck at that 40%, it'd be way too dry and the plants would just dry real quick. And what would that lead to?
You get that hay taste. It doesn't have a chance for everything to break down.
Okay. And then a lot of times I see people like use a closet that they can shut off all the light to.
Sure.
Cool, dark environment. What's the darkness? What's the point of that?
Light degrades terpenes. That's why you'll see a lot of the storage jars are either dark or completely non-transparent.
Non-opaque?
Opaque. They are opaque.
Okay.
But yeah, light degrades terpenes.
Okay, so this is more about preserving terpenes rather than producing them. You produce them, you want to preserve them, right?
Absolutely. I think all of these are about preserving terpenes, though. If I look the 48-hour before, I guess that's making terpenes, isn't, all right? Well, your terpenes will volatilize off. You don't have the right temperature and humidity. I got you on that one.
Okay, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah. But what's your best tip for producing and then preserving those terpenes in your grow? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, please press that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out the other couple videos YouTube's recommending. I think you like them.